Hello everyone. So in today's session, we will be learning about how to calculate the compound interest. For calculating the compound interest, we need some of the details. For example, we need number 1 point, the principal. Let us assume we have taken the principal as 10,000. The next thing we require is rate, with which rate we are going to calculate it. So assume we have taken the rate as 0.05. Next, we are going to take number of times the interest has been applied per time period. So that will be taken as n, the number of times the interest has been applied. Is it quarterly? Is it yearly? Is it 3 months? Is it half of the year? So like for example, if it is yearly, then n will be equal to 12. If it is 6 months, then n will be equal to 6. If it is quarterly, n will be equal to 3. So it works like that. After n, we will be calculating the time. The time, say assume we have taken as for 5 years. So in general, the formula for calculating the compound interest is, that is, if we have to calculate the amount, that amount is equal to principal into 1 plus rate divided by n raised to power n into time. So this is raised to power n into time. This is actually the formula of calculating the compound interest. So for now, I have taken the principal as 10,000, rate as 0.05, n is equal to 12 and t is equal to 5. If we will calculate it, let us do in a very simple manner. I will be taking two parts of this. The first part will be n into time and the second part I will be taking as 1 plus r divided by n, so that it will just become easy for calculations. So the first part I will be calculating is equal to 1 plus r divided by n. The second part will be equal to n into t. And after that, we will be using a formula from the math library, and I will be writing it as amount A is equal to principal into math dot power function, and this power function takes two values, that is the first part as we have calculated and the second part, which was the raised to power part, and hence we can calculate the value. This is how we can calculate the value of amount. And finally, can we write it as, so the first part, which I have written over here, the formula, let us just put on the values over here. So the first part will be equal to 1 plus rate is 0.05 divided by 12. And similarly, second part is equal to n into t, that is 12 into 5. So after calculating the values of first part and the second part, we can calculate the principal, that is 10,000 into math dot power raised to power 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12. Let us just calculate it. So after calculating the complete values, the result we get is amount will be equal to 12833.586. I have used the calculator for calculating the values. You can also do the same. So this is how does the compound interest works. Let us now move to the coding section. So for here, I will be taking the first variable as the principal. I will be taking the small value as p, and the p as we have taken here is 10,000. Then I will be taking r, that is radius, is equal to 0.05. I will be taking n, that is equal to 12 I have taken, that is for calculating the number of times the interest will be applied. And finally, time, the time is equal to 5 years. After calculating the formula, let us calculate the two parts as we have discussed. So the initial part will be double. I will be taking it as first part, that is equal to 1 plus r divided by n, right? And the second part will be equal to n into t, right? Now the amount as a variable I have taken over here, and we will be writing about the math.power function. See here also, this is the first part and I will be taking this at the second part. So I will be writing here at first part raised to power the second part. And finally, we will be displaying the amount, which is the result. So this is our correct amount which we have discussed and achieved. This is how we will calculate the compound interest. Hope you have understood the concept. Thank you very much.